what's up? It's Diego from Pete and Pedro, and I'm gonna be telling you some really awesome tips, if you don't know already, how you should be grooming yourself as a man. Now, if you don't groom right now, well then this video is gonna be very valuable. But if you do already, let me know if you're currently doing any of these and if you have a certain way of doing it for yourself. But other than that, let's get right into it. Rule number one is you need to maintain all of the hair that grows on your body. Yes, of course, as a man, there's certain areas, certain spots where you don't really need to pay much attention to, but for the most important ones, like your hair, getting a haircut whenever you deem it's necessary, like let's say every 3 to 4 weeks if you have relatively shorter hair. Now, if you are growing it out like me, I'm actually growing it out right now, which I'm not doing too much cutting right now, but every 5 to 6 weeks, I do get the ends cut off just to actually keep my hair healthy, which is a very, very good thing for you to do for your hair. Now, that also leads into the other places where you really need to maintain that hair. For example, your nose hairs, make sure you're keeping up with it. Use a trimmer and just get in there, take them all out. And also, if you have a lot of ear hairs growing, nobody wants to see that, so make sure you take care of that as well. If you have back hair, make sure that is something you're regularly shaving. Get someone to help you, however you want to go about it. There are many tools that can help you really get back there and shave those hairs. Super important, you have to take care of your eyebrows, okay? I personally like to go to a shop around the corner. They charge me like 10, 15 bucks, give me a good little wax, a good little pluck, thread it sometimes, and honestly gets the job done and it's super cheap. So it's not super crazy expensive. If you want to do it yourself, you definitely can. I honestly just want a very seamless and professional job, which is why I don't get it done. But ultimately, you could just do it here. If you have some tweezers in your house, you can just pluck it, take it all out, and honestly, at that point, you will be fine. Now, this is kind of an obvious one, but make sure you're maintaining your facial hair and honestly find the facial hair that suits you best for what you got, okay? Not everybody has perfect genes, including myself. I don't really grow that much hair on the sides of my face. It honestly goes more into a chin strap and then it does some kind of weird thing. It's all patchy. So the way I have found to really elevate my look and also have facial hair is to just kind of go with the style that fits where you are growing hair at the moment. Like for me right now, it can be really full right here in my chin, right here underneath, got the little goatee, and I got a little mustache going. So ultimately, it's not gonna be patchy in those spots. I can trust that I'm gonna grow hair there, but I cannot trust that I'm gonna grow hair here on the sides of my face. So ultimately, find what suits you best, find what makes you look the most cleaned up, and just go for that. Look, I don't even think I really have to mention this, but when it comes to your front lawn, yes, we all know what I'm talking about. Just make sure you're taking care of it, trimming it, making sure there's nothing going this way or going that way or stick, you know, I don't have to get into details here, but just make sure it's trimmed up. Also, use a ball powder. That way you don't go out and start sweating and start building a bunch of moisture in there. And then you go to have a night out or you go to meet that spicy little lady and then things are just not the way they should be. So make sure you use some ball powder and trim very, very well. Now, super crucial, you take care of your nails on your fingers and on your feet. I can understand why some guys don't really want to trim and do all that super often as they should because they're wearing shoes all the time. Just get it done every now and then, clip them. An occasional pedicure does not hurt. It is manly. Don't worry about it. And also make sure you're clipping those bad boys whenever you need to because nobody wants to see your little talons, okay? Now, when it comes to your hair, make sure you're not overdoing the shampoo, okay? You should only be shampooing about 2 to 3 times a week. If you want to condition, that's totally fine, but just make sure you're not overdoing it. And 2 to 3 times a week is kind of the sweet spot. Now, I really hope you're not just putting water on your face as a skincare routine because that doesn't do anything. It doesn't take any grime or gunk off your face. So make sure you have a good solid skincare routine. All you really need to do is cleanse your face with a good cleanser and then overall exfoliate a couple times a week with something that has either like a charcoal or something that has a little bit of roughness to get that grime and really the dead skin off of your face. And then you want to make sure that you moisturize after all of that, typically right after. And what that does, it just replenishes your skin so it makes sure it stays nice and soft and has a good amount of moisture to keep it healthy. Now, after you've moisturized, this is the secret to smelling nice all day, okay? You want to take your fragrance and you want to apply it where you've moisturized, typically on the warm spots, which is here, here, and here. And it will just help your fragrance last a much longer time than if you didn't have any moisturizer. Now, last but not least, just make sure you use deodorant. That's just a regular thing that I would have hoped you learned. Anyway, those are the tips that I recommend for you. Let me know if you have any other really good grooming tips, anything that I didn't mention. But overall, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.